Okay, so who here has had a depression? Oh, yay! And I mean like a real thing with clinical symptoms, not like, oh my god, Misha is in jail, I'm gonna kill myself. You know, like when you wake up every morning and you're like, shit, I have to do this again. And by this I mean live. And on those mornings, every morning, your mind reminds you of all the shittiest things that have ever happened to you. So you're just lying there, and your mind is like shitty things downloading 10%, 40%, 50%, 80%, and you're just frozen, and you kind of just want it to download so you can get up and pee and, you know, go about your day. And during those mornings, I used to have suicidal fantasies. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to scare my friends, and also because I know the difference between suicidal fantasy and suicidal attempt because I'm a fucking psychotherapist. You guys can laugh, it's okay. I came to attempt close once. And then I thought about my daughter, and I thought that she will be talking to her therapist, who is probably my student. And she'll be telling my student how much she hates me. And I was like, that's really not good for this wholesome professional image that I've been building for all these years. And also, fuck you, my student, who will eventually push me out of mental health industry. You young and bright think you're not getting my daughter's money. I'm very competitive, so I stepped off the roof and smoked some weed instead. But during those mornings, I found out that there are 3 kinds of suicidal fantasies. Number 1 is the infamous cry for help. It's when a person doesn't really want to kill themselves, but they want to be rescued and they don't know how else to ask for it, so it's like a silent cry for help. Now, if you know me, I'm anything but silent. If I want to cry for help, I'm just gonna cry. And I'm probably gonna come to you and grab you by your collar and I'll be like, help! And then you will need a psychotherapist. And most likely an ear doctor too. So no, that's not mine. Number 2 is you're in so much pain, you're willing to do anything just to make it stop. But as I said, I'm too vain to do that. And also, like, what if I don't die? What if I jump off the building and I don't die? And now I'm not only experiencing mental pain, I'm also in physical pain on top of that. Not only I'm depressed, I'm now depressed in a wheelchair. So, yeah, no. And also, if you want to kill yourself because you're in so much pain, you're willing to do anything. There are always drugs and substances that will kill you slowly. I know that works for a fact because my father was an alcoholic and he died when I was 17. So that's like a proven and tested method. And number 3, my favorite kind of suicide fantasies is the revenge suicide fantasies because it is all about drama, and God knows I love drama. I'm fine now and I don't know what to do with myself. And the drama is, how do I kill myself so that all the villains in my life regret and they're sad and they lament. If only we were nicer to Lika. If only we wouldn't cheat on her and then cry on her shoulder for cheating on her. Okay, please laugh. In my head, during this revenge fantasies, my suicide would make national news because I have this mistaken belief that I'm a very important person. So it has to be pretty because even in my death, I'm going to continue this tradition of men looking at me like a beautiful object. Therefore, it couldn't be ugly or painful, which automatically excluded hanging, blowing my brains out, overdosing on pills and puking all over the place, taking cyanide and dying from agony, or listening to the press conferences of our Minister of Health. Or should I say health? If we had a better Minister of Health, I wouldn't be here at this stage. So I had a year every morning to plan my perfect suicide, and I needed a lot of things. First of all, I needed better bra because I did not intend to die with soggy boobs, okay? And then also I needed the dress that would go well with color red. Okay? because my blood is not blue, I checked. So I was thinking turquoise or green, maybe because it's a contrasting color, so it was nice. And also I needed a drug dealer. And I needed a drug dealer because I'm very curious on what heroin feels like, but I'm never going to do it because now I want to live. But if I were to die, I could actually cross that off my bucket list, you know? And the suicide letters, I used to fantasize about suicide letters. So who do you think was my first person who I would write my suicide letter?
I hope your child.
To me, she said, you're not far away from the truth. Father of your child. No, it was Ministry of Interior of Georgia. And I'll tell you why, because I didn't want them to imprison any of my family members for pushing me towards suicide, which is the legislature right now. So for the same reason, I was going to put a sample of my blood and urine in the fridge to make sure that they knew I was conscious when I made this decision. I would write a letter, write my ID number, sign it, date it, shoot heroin off my arms, and then slit my wrist. Voila, national news, he's crying. And then one morning I woke up and I'm like, I don't know any drug dealers. And I really wanted to die happy. And I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna try and live happy instead. Thank you.